Apple Compressor just received a powerful new upgrade, introducing machine learning retiming effects, and the results are impressive. Let's look at the quality. As you can see here, Compressor's retiming results are visibly better than those from the expensive Topaz video AI. And it is faster too, saving you precious editing time. But we are not stopping here. Today, we are diving deep into Compressor to review the spatial video workflow that nobody else has covered yet. We will learn exactly how to convert your iPhone 16 spatial video into high-quality 3D side-by-side video for YouTube publishing. I will also show you how to work with the Canon Spatial Lens to increase its field of view from 42 degrees to matching the iPhone standard 64 degrees in a cinematic 16:9 format. We will also dive into spatial video HDR on multiple Apple devices. And stick around until the end because I'm going to share my secret techniques to render ultra high quality spatial video specifically for the Apple Vision Pro. We have got a lot of exciting content ahead, so buckle up and let's dive in. Let's first explore one of the most exciting features in Apple Compressor, the new machine learning retiming and frame conversion. This feature is incredibly useful for regular 2D production if you want buttery smooth slow motion without jittering frames, or if you are mixing camera with different frame rates. But it's even more powerful for immersive production. Capturing at 8K 60 frames per second or 90 frames per second for devices like the Apple Vision Pro can be extremely costly and challenging. For example, even though the camera like the Canon R5C or the R5 Mark II can shoot 8K at 60 frames per second, you're forced into shooting Canon RAW LT, resulting in massive file size, 2 TB for just an hour of footage. Plus, you will drain your battery much faster, making it impractical for personal project, documentary, or run-and-gun filmmaking. Here is my solution. Shooting at 30 frames per second in 8K using HEVC MP4, then using AI to upframe it to 60 frames per second or even 90 frames per second for delivery. Let's quickly compare Compressor with Topaz Video AI 6, the most popular and expensive AI software used for frame conversion. We will test the Chronos and Apollo models against Apple machine learning results in Compressor. Apollo often generates large, blocky artifacts, making it unsuitable for immersive media. Chronos struggles too, creating weird optical flow distortion when subject gets smaller in the frame. In contrast, Compressor produces very clean results, like it is shot at 60 frames per second in the camera. To truly appreciate the differences, download and view this comparison video on your Apple Vision Pro. You will instantly see what I meant. DaVinci resource optical flow speed work better, and the revision effect Twixtor new DNN model in Adobe After Effects still have slightly sharper frame interpretation, as demoing here. But look at the rendering time. Result took 1 hour and 30 minutes. After Effects nearly 2 hours, and even Topaz Video AI took about 15 minutes. All on my latest M4 Max MacBook Pro. Compressor, on the other hand, leveraging native Apple Silicon hardware acceleration, complete the same task in under 10 minutes. That is a huge time saver, especially when converting hours of footage. And best of all, it's free if you have a Mac and Compressor. Let me show you exactly how to do it. Drag your video right into Compressor. This footage was shot on the Canon R5C in 8K 30 frames per second 3D 180. Compressor automatically recognized my camera lock and convert it into Rec 709 for me. But let's set it back to no value so I can handle color grading separately later. Click this icon to open the preset menu and then drop in the Apple ProRes 422 preset. We will keep it simple. We just want to convert this to 60 frames per second for delivery on Apple Vision Pro or Magic Quad 3. We will handle editing and color grading later in DaVinci Resolve. So I'm not changing anything here except the frame rate. So set the frame rate to 60 frames per second and scroll down and set best machine learning under the retiming quality. Go ahead and queue up all your 30 frames per second clips in a batch. That's it. Now you have 60 frames per second 8K ProRes video ready for editing. And it processes really quickly. Now, let's dive into Compressor spatial and immersive video workflow, specifically for Apple Vision Pro. Let's first talk about Apple's definition of spatial video. MV-HEVC or Multi-View HEVC is a 3D video format that Apple Vision Pro use. It is for storage and streaming efficiency on multiple devices, but it is technically still a 3D video. Immersive 1D video on Vision Pro is also MV-HEVC. Spatial video, on the other hand, is an Apple thing. It's in the MV-HEVC format, but what makes it unique is the spatial metadata, specifically for Apple Vision Pro ecosystem. Spatial metadata contain field of views, hero eyes, convergency value, and all sorts of useful information to help Vision Pro to minimize common cause of stereo viewing discomfort. That is why 3D looks better on Vision Pro on its native player. Most third-party players that does not going through the encoding pipeline, what I'm going to show you in this tutorial, is just 3D video on Vision Pro. So besides Apple's strategic partners like Disney, HBO Max, and etc., most small third-party players are still playing 3D MV-HEVC video, not spatial video. The most easy way to tell is if the player go into the portal mode with the blurry edges. If it does not, it is still just a 3D video and you will experiencing stereo discomfort. I recently just checked the Vimeo spatial player. Even that one is not playing back Apple spatial video yet. There's no blurry edges and you clearly see stereo discomfort on all four edges of the video when there's just a hard border without eye-checking parallax treatment. Chronos is an amazing film, by the way, from our director friend Jake. Go check it out on Vimeo. But that is why we provide spatial video to download and play back directly on your photo app without any third-party player. That is the correct way to watch Apple spatial video, and trust me, it looks freaking amazing when you go into immersive mode. It eliminates all 3D discomfort you commonly see other devices or players, and you truly immerse into the story instead of seeing technical problems that take you out of the stories. We provide lots of free demo on our Patreon. I highly recommend go download them and check them out in your Apple Vision Pro using the free native Photos app. Okay, now we get the technical debate out of the way. Let's talk about how you can do it with your iPhone 16, Canon Spatial Lens, or your custom-built 3D bin splitter side-by-side rig. First, you don't need Final Cut Pro to use Apple Compressor. It is a separate software you can purchase and it costs $50 US. If you edit on Adobe Premiere or DaVinci Resolve and just want the official encoder for Apple Vision Pro, or iTunes Movie Delivery for Apple TV, then you only need that $50 compressor, not the $299 Final Cut Pro. If you do not have Final Cut Pro though and want to give it a try, here's a tip for you. You can get the educational bundle for everything, including Logic and Apple Motion in one single price of $199 US. Most of you watching now are learning it. So educational bundle is a right fit. You don't need a student ID or academic email to receive the educational discount. Just don't use it for commercial project. I literally just saved you $1,000 on Apple official software. Drop kimchi and then comment down below. Here, we have a spatial video shot on the Canon Spatial Lens and encoding on EOS VR utility. Drop it in the compressor. You know it is a spatial video. You can tell from this 3D Vision Pro icon right here. Under view, you can switch from left to right eyes. In here, you can examine the spatial metadata we talked about earlier. Canon has a really special partnership with Apple, so the Canon Spatial Lens is the only other official way beside iPhone that can capture perfect spatial video that work directly on Apple Vision Pro. The field of view though is pretty small, only 46 degrees compared to iPhone 16, which is 64 degrees. The baseline is IPD, it is only 11.8mm. This makes it perfect for macro spatial video and extreme close-up. Please check out this full review here to understand why you want to purchase the Canon Spatial Lens for spatial video. What about you want to convert your spatial video to regular 3D side-by-side to publish on YouTube VR, Lea Lumpet, and 3D TV as an old school 3D video? Well, you can with Compressor. Your iPhone 16 is the best portable 3D camera. Let's drop in the spatial video shot on my iPhone 16 Pro Max right here. Here is the iPhone 16 Pro Max spatial metadata. We are going to drop in an Apple ProRes 422 preset on it so you get the best lawless 3D output from your iPhone. It will not increase your video quality, but you are not losing any quality in the conversion process. This is the only way for a lot less conversion, by the way. Most of the other unofficial software on the internet recompress during transcoding, so you suffer quality loss. This video is full of useful tips. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. Now just go to Video tab and under Stereoscopic, select Side by Side. Your frame size changed to 3840 by 1080. Go ahead and start the render. Your end result is a traditional side-by-side 3D video. You can then edit in Premiere, DaVinci Resolve or Final Cut Pro and publish it as a 3D video on YouTube. You can follow this tutorial right here on how to inject the correct metadata so YouTube can recognize it as 3D video and show up as 3D immersive content inside YouTube VR or Meta Quest 3 or the upcoming Android XR headset. So this is how you can use the Apple iPhone to create 3D content on Meta Quest. YouTube VR obviously has a way bigger audience than Vision Pro, so that is one way you can monetize some of your spatial video with YouTube ad revenue. Don't leave money on the table. Back to the Canon Spatial Lens, the FOV from EOS VR utility is only 46 degrees. That is awfully narrow, but you can actually have the same FOV as the iPhone 16 with the help of Compressor. Let me show you how now. In EOS VR utility, make sure you use 3D theater mode instead and set the cropping to 16:9. Do not use the horizontal correction and manually make sure your camera is level. We need all the pixels we can get to spatialize the video. Turn off LUT and export it as Apple ProRes 422 with Canon C-Log 3 cinema gamut. We are going to do HDR in this render. The whole point to shoot spatial video with a professional camera like the Canon R7 right here is to get better color at dynamic range. And HDR will help that as your Vision Pro has a nice HDR display. Spatial video also support as 2D on your iPhone, which also has a nice HDR display. HDR should be the standard if you are distributing your content on Apple ecosystem. iPhone 16 cannot capture HDR spatial video, but your Canon or Blackmagic camera can. So let's use it. Render it out as an Apple ProRes 422 without touching the color space. In Final Cut Pro 11, you can even just send it directly to Compressor without even rendering it. Drop the ProRes now into Compressor. By the way, if you do not see this preset window, click this icon right here to open back up. By default, it is hidden. Select the video and tell Compressor this is stereoscopic side by side. Now just drop in the Apple Vision Pro MV-HEVC stereoscopic presets under Apple devices. Go to Video tab, Frame Rate. We are going to use the Apple AI again to convert it into 60 frames per second. Under Camera LUT, choose Canon Log 3. It will automatically color correct for you. Stereoscopic both eye multi-view and codecs MV-HEVC. Turn on spatial video metadata. Here's field of view is roughly 64 now, not 46. The baseline is still the same, so we copy the same number from before, which is 11.8mm for the Canon Spatial Lens and 60mm for both Canon fisheye lens. We also copied the horizontal display value of 2% based on the Canon original calibration to get the best standard stereo depth. You can adjust this to move your 2D convergency to get more 2D or less 3D based on your need. Refer back to my Final Cut Pro tutorial right here if you do not know what 3D convergency does. Here, let's turn on 10-bit color and change the color space to P3D65PQ. This is the color space Apple used for all their Apple devices, including MacBook Pro, iPad, iPhone. So your HDR video will also look great on mobile. This is not the HDR color space for YouTube though, so don't use it for YouTube delivery, Apple only. Another big reason why you should always use Compressor to do final render instead of using Final Cut Pro 11 is bitrate setting. I would suggest if you edit on Final Cut Pro, get Compressor, uncheck automatic, and crank your bitrate to the max for the best quality on Vision Pro. Why my spatial film are so much better looking than everybody else on the internet? This is the secret setting why. If you appreciate my transparency, sharing with you every little trick that make me a successful spatial filmmaker, drop us a thumb up and follow us on Instagram and TikTok for little tips just like this. Finally, don't forget to set your retiming quality to best machine learning to use the Apple Intelligence to help you with upframe conversion. Here's our recent Red Bull style skydiving release. Check it out right here. Drop it in Compressor and change it to side by side again. In Video tab under bitrate, you can crank it up all the way to 100 megabits per second because our spatial video releases are all 1496 by 2160 4K DCI, the highest resolution spatial video on the internet. So we can push such a high bitrate. We do keep it around 70 megabits per second for better streaming and download, but now you know the trick. What about immersive 180 video?
But wait, Hugh, how do you edit 3D 180 video on Final Cut Pro 11?
Great question, Kimchi. This will be our next tutorial right here. But watch this tutorial first on how to edit spatial video on Final Cut Pro 11 using Apple Vision Pro. This is the important missing guide, and you need to learn how to edit inside Vision Pro to see 3D or spatial correctly. I will see you there. Ciao.